everybody, it's Wendy, and today I have for you the finished jewelry update from the November 2019 Bargain Bead Box, which is a coffee shop theme. So, let me tell you, this box challenged me a lot. So this is all I had left over. I had a lot of the little bicones left over, some of the rondelles, not too many of the gemstone beads except for these little Spinel beads. Everybody told me that's how they're pronounced. And the only reason that I didn't use them is because the holes in them are so small that I couldn't fit them over head pins. I couldn't fit them over memory wire. I couldn't fit them over Coriana chain. So I was like, what am I going to do with these little things? I did use some of them, and I'll show you here in a minute, but yeah, I didn't use very many of them just because the holes were so tiny in them. But I think they're beautiful little beads, and you know, I could have used tiger tail on the pair of earrings, but I just didn't want to. I wanted to use the memory wire, so yeah, they just didn't get used too much in these projects, but you know, I will eventually use them. They're really pretty. So this is all I had left over, not a whole big lot. I used almost, you know, I used all of the metal components except for just these bead caps. And I'm not a big bead cap person. I like them sometimes, but I'm extremely picky about how they look on the beads. I don't like them to make the beads look like a head with a hat on. And I think that's what they do sometimes. So that is what these did. I felt like they looked like a little hat when you put them on the bead, and I just didn't like the look of it. So I only used them on one bead in this whole thing. So anyway, alrighty, so let's get started, and I will show you what I made. So first off, I'm going to show you the worst thing that I made. These are terrible, okay? I was so stumped. Like, I loved this box. I thought the little coffee mugs were adorable. I thought this charm was adorable. I really liked all the stuff in this box. But I was so stumped and I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, what is wrong with me? Why am I having such a hard time with this box? And I think I figured it out. The reason is because I make my jewelry to sell, most of it. Now, there are times that I make something for myself, but for the most part, I either make it to sell or I'm making it as gifts or whatever. But, and unless you opened this box and you were the one that, how do I put this? Unless you were the one to open this box, you're not going to know, like, these coffee bean drops. No one's going to know what those are, I don't think, unless you had opened this box and you realized, oh, it's a coffee theme. These are coffee beans. I mean, because a lot of people were saying they looked like a certain body part, and I kind of agree that they did, but I was like, how am I going to use these things? But like I said, unless you opened this box, you wouldn't really know that those were coffee beans. You wouldn't know that the little silver molecule was a coffee molecule. You're not going to know that unless you open this box. So I had to find creative ways to make these into kind of abstract jewelry pieces that did not necessarily have the coffee theme, because, you know, like I said, nobody's going to know that at a craft show. They're going to look at that little molecule and just think it's a shape. They're not going to immediately recognize, oh, that's a coffee molecule. Nobody's going to know that. So, and same thing with the drops. Nobody's going to really look at those, I don't think, and go, oh, those are coffee beans. I mean, maybe somebody would, but not very many people. So that's why I was having such a hard time, because I'm like, how am I going to make this stuff look like, you know, jewelry, and people are going to understand what it is? Well, I had to make it abstract, so people are not going to understand what it is in the jewelry that I made, except for this piece. This is the only one that has a coffee theme, and that's because there was absolutely no way to get around having a coffee theme. But I mean, these are so not creative at all. You know, I don't really think I didn't do anything but just hang the mug on there, but that's all I could think of to do with this, because if I put it on the other pieces of jewelry, nobody was really going to understand the meaning of it all. So I don't know. I hope that makes sense. But anyway, so that is the first pair that I made, and I am not real proud of them, I will say. You know, I mean, they're okay. They're kind of cute, but there's nothing to them except for a jump ring and an ear wire. So Sorry, that's the sad pair. Okay, so then I did get a little more creative, and I used these beautiful Bracelet drops to make this pair of earrings. So I did a wrap loop up here, a little decorative wrapping on the bead, and then it came down and wire wrapped the bottom. Whoops, and made these little Bracelet drop earrings. I thought they turned out really pretty. Yeah, so they're just kind of standalone. They didn't really have anything that they went with. So, but let me tell you, there was I got a ton of 1, 2, 3, 4 pendants, a memory wire bracelet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs of earrings out of this box. And I could have made another bracelet, but I just ran out of steam. So, okay, so there's those. And then here's the memory wire bracelet that I did. So I used just basically all the beads in the box. Now I added in some little sparkly rondelles. I just felt like this box needed a touch more sparkle, and I added in some AB beads here, some clear ABs. So, but I think that's all. I think everything else on this was from the Bargain Bead Box except for this charm, and it was from something else. I don't know what. So I used the chain, to make a spacer. You guys know I like to do that. These are all the daisy spacers or snowflake spacers. I just lined them up and made a design there. But these are all the beads from the Bargain Bead Box, and I like this. I think it turned out really pretty. Sometimes I'm not real good at memory wire bracelets. I don't know why, but other people's, I look at them and they're gorgeous, and mine look like they're not cohesive or something. I don't know, but I like the way this one turned out. I thought it turned out pretty. So yeah, that's a memory wire bracelet. And that thing's got a ton of beads on it. And then, okay, so I was looking at this piece right here. And I know it is I'm trying not to get the rest of it on screen because I don't want to show you yet. I know it is a clasp, but I was like, I kind of like it for a hanger kind of thing for a tassel, of course, because you guys know I love tassels. So yeah, I just took that and made a tassel and hung the tassel from it. And then I just put it on some leather. And it has a lobster clasp here at the top. I'm probably not going to put an extender on it because it's really long, and tassels are kind of meant to hang long. So, but I love this. I thought it turned out really pretty. So here's where I use the little Spinel beads. There they are, right there. And the only way that I was able to use them was to put them on tiger tail. So this is tiger tail, and I don't know. They were really pretty, but their holes are just so teeny tiny. But yeah, I thought the tassel turned out pretty. And of course, I liked the way that this looked, and then with the leather too. I thought it was kind of cool. So made that. And then I was like looking at these molecule things and thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do with these molecules? So I struggled for a long time, and then finally I decided I was going to take them and I was going to use them like a chandelier finding, sort of. And I took the other, what do you call that thing? Clasp, hook and eye clasp part. And I just hung 3 of the molecules on the hook and eye clasp, just like this. I kind of staggered them, so like, if that makes sense. Like this one, if the hole was over here, I staggered the other one so the hole was on the other side. And I just put some bead dangles on it, and I'm like, I'm gonna make this thing a chandelier finding. So it's kind of crazy looking, but I thought it turned out really cute, actually. Whoops, would help if it was on the screen, wouldn't it now? Okay, so yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's very abstract. Like I said, I had to go abstract with this box because nobody's going to look at this, or the general person's not going to look at this at a craft show and go, oh, look, it's a coffee molecule. So I had to come up with some way to just use them. And here's where I used 2 of the bead caps. But yeah, like I said, I just am not a bead cap person. Some of them I like, but I don't know. But anyway, so I bent this in so these won't come off. It was open like this one. Now this one won't come off because the jump ring's too small. This ball on the end stops it. But I bent it in on this one just to keep them from coming off. So yeah, I just beaded it up with a little Coriana chain, put an extender on the end, but I thought it turned out kind of cute. Actually, I was like, oh my gosh, this is not too bad. I just had no idea what I was going to do with those. So yeah, that's what I did with that one. So lay him down right there. He doesn't look very pretty laying down, but he's prettier standing up, really. Okay, and then I was like, well, I got 2 more coffee molecules, so let's make some earrings to go with this little situation here. So here is a little pair of coffee molecule earrings. But yeah, I had to go really abstract. I mean, I just did. There was no way to make this look like anything that anyone was going to understand. So I thought that turned out pretty cute, though. I was kind of proud of it afterwards. I'm like, hey, I did that at like 3 o'clock this morning, too. So, all right. And then we had the coffee beans. So let's talk about the coffee bean drops. Now, I'm telling you, I'm not normally, I don't know. I was like, okay, I don't know who picked these out for this box, but they're pretty interesting. And if you read the comments below my unboxing, you'll see. So anyway, this is what I did with them. I'm like, I'm not keeping these like this. They've got to turn into something else. And no one's going to know they're coffee beans, at least not the general person. Maybe somebody that works at Starbucks would know that, but yeah, your regular person at a craft show is not going to be like, oh, look, coffee beans. I don't think. They would be like, oh, look, and think either what half of us thought in the comments, or they would just not know what it was. So I took them, I used I did use the Spinels there. So I sewed these together with Fireline, and I glued the whole conglomeration onto this beautiful pendant. I love this pendant. It is so pretty. Glued the whole thing on there. Used the little crystal, AB crystal in the middle just to give it some sparkle. Beaded up the Coriana chain with it. Let me get that down there. The beads down there. And I love the way this turned out. It's kind of like a starfish or something. I don't know, but it definitely transformed it into something different than what it looked like when they looked like by themselves. So there's that. And then the earrings that I did, I just did like this. I just hung them on there. And they're kind of funny looking on there, but I don't know. They're different. Somebody will like them, hopefully. I don't know. But I did love the pendant. I love the way it turned out. But yeah, the earrings are a little different. But oh well, you gotta do what you can do. Like I said, I think I was up until like 4 o'clock this morning making this stuff. But I've had such trouble getting inspired with this box because I was just like, oh my goodness, I just can't. I couldn't think of things to do with it. So finally I just pulled it all out, sat down here at the beading table and thought, okay, where am I going to start? And then the ideas kind of started to flow a little bit. But yeah, it was rough at first. Okay, so then I had some of these big, these guys left. These were called, I think they're an agate. I know that. Coffee agate, but they had a name. Let me look here real quick and see if I can find them. Iced Mocha agate beads. And I like these much better than the coffee agate that was in the last box because, I don't know, these just are lighter and prettier. So what I did is I took them and I put them on a head pin, and then I did a galaxy spiral kind of thing. I have a tutorial for how to do this. And then I put it on a bail and used some leather and finished it off up here. And I'm going to have to replace this lobster clasp. My lobster clasp it's sticking. Yes, it is. Well, bummer, man. Okay, so I will replace that lobster. I didn't realize he was sticking like that. Sometimes they do that. I was trying to get it closed just so the necklace will stay closed, but it's not wanting to close. Please do that. There we go. Okay, so yeah, so here I just, put an extender on, but that turned out kind of cute, I thought. And again, it's just the beads with a leather cording. And I hung this on Coriana chain and kind of beaded up the side in the beginning, but I didn't like the way it looked. I like this leather look a lot better. I don't know why. I guess because of the colors of this box, they just tended to look good with the leathers. Alright, so then I made a pair of earrings to go with that one. That's these. A little spiral. They just match the pendant pretty much. I mean, the pendant's longer. It has more beads on it, but yeah, little earrings to go with that. And like I said, I have a tutorial on these if you're interested in that. I'll link it in the description box below. So that is what I came up with for the November 2019 Bargain Bead Box. Like I said, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 pendants, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of earrings, and a pretty substantial memory wire bracelet out of that box. So it is definitely worth the money. I mean, goodness, that's a lot of jewelry to make for $17.95. You know, you've got your findings, you've got everything. So if you're interested in signing up for this Bargain Bead Box and you don't know what it is a monthly subscription service. They send out a little baggie every month that's got all this stuff in it that you see. It is usually around a $60 value for $17.95, and I have a coupon code. If you use Wendy2, WENDY 2, when you sign up, you will get $2 off of your first box. So, and it's free shipping. So for $17.95 a month, you can get all these supplies to make stuff, and it's always gemstone beads. I mean, it's good, nice stuff. It's not, it's definitely high quality, great stuff. So yeah, that is November 2019 Bargain Bead Box coffee theme finished jewelry update. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys get inspired and can do your own coffee theme stuff if you get the box. Let me know what you make. I would love to see it. You can post pictures on my Instagram or my Facebook page. Here are my links, or Instagram and Facebook. I would love to see what you make, so get on there and post some pictures on my Facebook and stuff. I would really like to see what other people come up with besides just watching the YouTube videos of the people that do it. So yeah, I'm going to go get something to eat. I'm hungry. Like I said, I was up until like 4:30 this morning and it's about 10 o'clock and I'm hungry. So I'm going to go find something to eat and see what I can get into for the rest of this day. You guys have a great weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.